Topson's repertoire.
It's kind of cool that I see LGD also switching, then they're putting Amaze on the sweep. So we've seen Chalice playing a lot. Of course, now because the Brewmaster's pick, he's going to be playing that one. But a lot of times when they have played this Alchemist, they put that Weaver off lane and they picked a different type of carry.
Decent amount of damage there to Anadon on the bottom lane as he's unable to take the rune. FY does grab that bottom one. PSG.LGD will get both down there on the bottom lane. As Chalice is up, we'll be able to secure the second down there.
Look at Jerax right
He
now.
wants that courier. We saw him try earlier with the Shaker. We'll see if he has a bit of a better time with this leaner movement. And how prepared are PSG.LGD? He did do this before, as I say, on the Shaker. Are they watching that mid lane? They're not. He's got it. Jerax taking the ring of protection and South away from Somnus in that mid lane matchup.
That's actually massive right now, because this is where Topsy can play and try to bully this Alchemist, as he has very, very little regen. It's actually a very smart move when you're trying to play these heroes that want to lane dominate versus an Alchemist as soon as you get some levels on.
And as Ben said, there's already been a lot of teams that have been very scared of the Topson Morphling. So we'll see how this mid lane goes. Obviously last game, Somnus on the Kunkka was able to absolutely destroy Topson's Invoker in that 1v1, and for the whole of the game, Topson had a very tough time. So we'll see if he's able to bring it back up and perform to the same level that he could do in game one.
He does have a lot of armor to kind of deal with that physical damage, and it looks like, yeah, maybe he is going to be out of luck for quite some time. Not really sure how he's supposed to get too much CS out of this at this point.
Can we expect to sort of see PSG.LGD send someone else mid, or are you already sort of hurting the lane even more if you're having someone sit behind the Alchemist this early?
I mean, if someone dies, you can.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really.
He actually just goes to base. Somnus TP'd back to get some regen. That's pretty huge for OG right at the start.
The power of the Courier Snipe. They've got to watch out for it, LGD, in these games. We know that Jerax likes to go for that rotation.
He's still ahead in net worth, though, over the Morphling, despite all that, just because of the bounty rules at the start.
Just Alchemist.
And we'll see how these side lanes go. Is there sort of a particular 2-on-2 here that you feel is going to have quite a difference? Are we going to see one of these side lanes really get ahead early?
I really like the power of the Brewmaster versus the PL. It's just really annoying to play PL because you're going to get Drunken Haze nonstop. You're going to get hit all the time. You can't really counteract it because you've got these Fire Spirits on you constantly. As Ana already getting crushed.
He's already used the Doppler with the dive. FY, he's got the damage onto Ana, and there's your first blood. As you're talking about how nice that lane is, also top lane. LGD finding the kill here for Arme as they get on top of Jerax. So the mid lane maybe suffering a little bit, but the side lanes, they're getting the kills, PSG.LGD.
Yeah, you can buy a stick as a PL, but not really going to be able to get too much CS. He's already getting harassed down heavily.
I mean, Chalice didn't even go for the haze. He just went for the Brawler right-click build to just push him down because there's not really support here helping him. They know the lean is top. They know Chen has to wait for that first creep wave to spawn, or first creep waves to spawn up, and that actually does clip.
And I guess what this is sort of the power of having such a strong lane against the PL as well, right? We can expect Notel. He's sort of pressured to really hover around this area. It's very hard for him to make early movements, right?
Yeah, he has to stand. Look at FY. FY is actually every single time rolling forward and blocking that hard camp. And he drops pretty low. But that's really important to do versus these Chens. When you know it's a Chen trying to protect your safe laner, just non-stop block that camp. And they've even committed 2 sentries to open it up.
Top lane, a bit of an attempt onto Jerax. Arme backs away. The light strike array is there from Jerax down onto X-Nova. They'll keep the Venge pushed back. Turns with a wave of terror, but he's got the stick charges, X-Nova.
He lost his South. Jerax did. Lina, pretty low armor hero. We don't see her in the support role too often, but she's sitting at negative armor with that just level 2 wave of terror on her.
Arme bugs out onto Seb. Will not die for it. Knows that Jerax has light strike array back off cooldown. And that mid lane, of course, with the way that we saw it start, continuing to go strongly in Topson's favor. He's getting revenge for sort of what we saw go the other way around in game 2, with Somnus having that sizable lead. This time it's Topson that's in charge.
And it looks like at least No-Tail does have one of the best creeps to work with, the Satyr. He doesn't have access to the other camp because of that sentry ward, but he also will get a troll.
Topson's going to get unfortunate there with the rune spawn. He's going to be down on the bottom lane. Top lane again, set up onto Jerax with the magic missile. Can't even get the light strike out. The damage is too much from LGD as they go towards Seb at the same time. Down bottom, Chalice gets chased down by No-Tail and Ana. Seb will survive. But 1-for-1. And obviously down bottom, OG getting that kill onto the core, onto Chalice. And getting that extra bit of money to Ana, who already, despite sort of the aggression, he's not suffering too much in CS on this bottom lane. He's trading evenly with Farmer Chalice, as we can see. 23 for 5 on the PL compared to the 23 for 1 on the Brewmaster.
So important to get that, that Satyr creep like Ben was mentioning. mentioning, you just add that little more HP regen, it just solidifies your lane much harder. As we do have those bounties coming out, super important for LGD to get those and OG to contest them, as there's the Alchemist in the game.
See Anna already heading over to FY, but FY is able to grab it in time. Takes it before Anna's able to get his hands on it, and the collapse slow did connect as Chalice chases down Anna. They dive forward with FY as well. No Tail, can you do anything to get them off Anna? Able to rush off towards the creeps on the side. The Fire Spirit again though. FY with the perfect placement of the Fire Spirits, getting the kill. We'll see No Tail chase down FY here. Is there any way he can make it away? Seems to have that slightly favorable movement speed, but he's into the creep wave, will fall, so FY does go down in return, but we're really seeing FY just push this hero to the limits and cause a lot of issues for Anna.
And I think Seb died on the top lane during that bounty skirmish too. There's just going to be so much contest there because of the Alchemist, especially when you're this far behind in lane. You really need those bounties to help get you back.
Yeah, and the top lane, right, the Wyvern and Lina, you were mentioning how the low armor's there. They're both very low armor, so as soon as they do get hit up by any type of control,
they just go.
That damage is just...
They die so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the Ring of Protection on the Lina, but I mean, that's just not enough. Especially with the Swarm coming out, I presume that the Vengeful Spirit is also going to get a medallion at some point in this game.
Still walking pretty deep forward in the tower. They want to try to keep this siege creep alive. They want to put as much pressure on it in these first few minutes.
Suddenly getting a decent amount of damage done, but at the same time up top Arme. Looking towards Seb, and Jerax having to play a lot safer now. They've given their lives up a couple of times in this top lane as Arme gets more and more mid lane. No Tail, he's actually going to take out again. FY and comes in.
Both creeps die as well. FY just got so much experience in mid, as his Alchemist is jungling freely.
This FY Phoenix looking to be off to a fantastic start from bottom lane to mid lane.
I think they were really hoping to get that tower with the Chen creeps, with that one siege creep still alive, but turns out in the worst possible way. And Seb also has an Aquila, so just really all out gunning for armor in this lane.
So with the smoke, we'll get a ward down. We'll have a bit more better information on the movements as FY will reveal himself to Jerax, diving forward, playing aggressive, getting himself straight on top of him. Does get hit by the Light Strike array, but he's chasing down Seb and No Tail coming in for the side. They'll look towards Xnova, but Xnova knows there's no disable. He'll TP out. Another Light Strike from Jerax is going to be missed as Arme jukes it out, but it doesn't matter. Thompson chases down, gets the kill on Arme, and now zaps forward and bursts down FY as well. Thompson with a small rotation away from the mid lane, picking up a double kill on top of already pretty much free farm that he's had in this mid lane for the first 7.5 minutes.
It's level 8. Alchemist is almost hitting level 6, so we see that big advantage coming in particular from that career snipe.
And that's exactly what SVG was talking about with the style of Morphling that he plays. He's not necessarily the late game character. He's out there to create space, put a lot of pressure on towers, and
look at the damage he just hit to FY. It's already sort of FY losing 2/3 of his health.
Yeah, Thompson's just such a unique player, right? He has these different ways to look at the game, and with this Morphling, he loves playing it kind of like that Rubik. You're just all about trying to steal spells, turn into other heroes, and use that benefit to put as much pressure as possible early.
Point's got to be careful there. The Penitence was on him. Thompson couldn't quite get in range for the burst as FY dives away. But this game as well, right, when you can sort of consider the Morphling, isn't there going to be a point where it's rather hard for LGD's lineup to actually kill a Morphling that's got a good head start?
they don't really have any instant disables for him, so it looks like he should be able to pop his attribute gain at any time. I think all the stuns are going to be projectile stuff.
Yeah, the only one
gets a blink.
Yeah, that's the big one that they'll have to worry about, right?
Yep. But that's going to be a long time considering the start that maybe has had and this team as well.
So G, 8.5 minutes in here, taking that mid-tier 1 tower. Thompson, of course, still sitting at the top of the net worth.
Look at OG's wards. They know they need to just not let this Alchemist jungle block the Ancients, block the hard camp, get vision of the other jungle camps as well. Just try to keep tabs on this Alchemist at all times to keep the pressure going.
And he's using a body block with the Satyr camp to block this.
Yeah, look at this.
On this bottom lane, they will find out the Primal Split being used to set up to allow FY to come in and offer his help for the cleanup. Another kill onto Anna. Top lane, Arme caught up by the Light Striker array. Do they have the burst? They don't. Arme's able to time-lapse himself back to safety.
Primal Split's going to have a really big impact on this game, of course, versus the PL to remove those illusions with your Wind Panda, but also you can dispel the send back from the Chen once we get to that point later on, which could become significant.
You can also cyclone the Full Embrace.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that you can do with this game. Get rid of the PL illusions. It's tough.
They have fun No-Tail top, Xnova and Arme catching out No-Tail as No-Tail tried to come over into the jungle and find himself some creeps.
They're spreading themselves very thin. They want to control the entire jungle of the Alchemist, but I don't think they can control both.
So they get Army here. Army yet to have the time lapse back online, but the Shikuchi does save him. At the same time, FY again getting the kills as he's in with the Supernova on top of Seb. Finds the wipe.
2 for 2 bounties. He's alright with that, as they're 1,000 away from that relic on a level 7 Alchemist.
I mean, they don't have a Vessel, though, on the side of OG. I really think you need a Vessel to kill the Alchemist, especially with the Phoenix in the game. And I think Lina was the one that wanted to build one, but because she's had such a rough time, she didn't even have her own yet. So, I mean, Alchemist does have a bad time, but so does everyone else, and PL's game is not particularly great.
Chalice, she's coming in the top there with the Haste Root running down NoTail. NoTail is trying to get out. The Light Strike array from Jerix will not save him as Chalice has already done the damage. Anna does manage to get himself on top of FY because FY used the Supernova down bottom, doesn't have it back up. So Anna finishes off the Phoenix, goes back towards Chalice. Jerax finds the Light Strike array. Again, Chalice, he doesn't have Primal Split back, but he has got backup in the form of Arme and X-Nova. Anna still in the midst of it all, trying to look towards X-Nova, but Anna's been left alone. They know which one the real one is. Seb is there, but the Winter's card. Oh, he's actually going to be able to keep Anna alive, but now Anna turns with the Spirit Lance. They get the kill onto Chalice. Anna doppelgangers down to the low ground, but Arme's quick with a chase with that Shikuchi. Looks towards Anna with a cold embrace from Seb, keeping Anna safe against the right click. The Shikuchi damage alone, not enough. X-Nova trying to get in range for that stun, but Jerax, Light Strike comes out. They do get the kill on Anna, the PSG.LGD, but they'll lose X-Nova for it. Arme has the Shikuchi away as well.
Oh, great swap though, coming in there, saving his core.
And all the time, Somnus just farming this right side of the map. Thompson is trying to do his damn best to stop maybe from getting these speed stacks up, but
Arme can find himself a bit more here. Jerax does have the Laguna Blade available. Cold embrace from Seb will allow Jerax to heal back up.
They committed so many wards. OG has 4 obstacles on the map, and I still think maybe is going, he already has his relic, so I'm not exactly sure how effective it is, but they see him, but they can't really stop him because they just have so much pressure in the lanes. Still, his timing is going to be pretty decent. He is still below the Morphling in that work rate.
Yeah, and Thompson's been farming very, very well, and also looking for those aggressive plays. 95 last hits and 29 denies as he constantly is walking up onto those high grounds looking for some plays with Jerax. Melts.
Yeah, he was going for the D ward there, but the quick wraparound from PSG.LGD catches him off guard. Bottom lane. TP's coming in as NoTail was trying to put some pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Does have the backup of Thompson as Thompson comes through. Looks at FY, but FY gets the Supernova in time. It doesn't matter. The attack speed from Thompson too good as he punches down the sun. They've got the Winter's Curse holding Arme in place. He does have time lapse, but the stun comes through. Thompson has the control as he picks up the double kill. Thompson going up and up in this game.
Great heroes to replicate.
Yeah, he's got so many options, honestly. I was trying to look through all of them, because I've seen him, he has taken, a few times I've seen him take the morph targets allies too, and the morph duration when he's played it. He's all about just making those plays around the map.
Yeah, I think stealing Concoction is great, stealing Venge for that huge damage is also great. Weaver for the Shikuchi, there's just so many things that he can do.
Yeah, and he can he has a lot of ways to if he does turn into the Phoenix, and the Weaver, he has so many ways to get in and out of the fights over and over again, and save his waveform. As the Radiance comes out at a pretty damn early timing, 13 minutes after getting just pushed to the jungle.
Absolutely, yeah, considering the start the Somnus had, he's certainly recovered in that aspect. His bottom lane, they looks to set up onto Thompson. They do get the magic missile off before he starts his ship, but he's still able to do so after the stun wears off. He's building the HP up. Seb, can he do anything to help Thompson here? Thompson tries for the TP, but he won't make it. Damage from LGD enough to take him down, as now Seb potentially in trouble too, as he looks to get himself back underneath the tower. Jerax goes for the Light Strike, but Arme keeps his distance. Seb with the self-cold embrace. He's being sent back as well, but they kill him off in time. He's not getting home tonight, and neither's NoTail, surely. The magic missile from X-Nova. They've still got the Primal Split chasing down the Chen. The stun comes through. Light Strike array from Jerax will not hold back LGD, as PSG.LGD find 3 members of OG.
Close to getting a Cyclone. No cigar.
The overall team for an LGD is just a bit stronger. Even when they don't have their Alchemist getting fight, their 4-man is very, very potent versus the 4-man of OG. They need Thompson to pretty much be alive and well inside of all those fights. Because the PL can't really get involved with his team yet until he's got that Diffusal Blade finished up.
And it just seems very overwhelming as well from LG. They've got so many heroes just looking to get on top of sort of the vulnerable heroes like this Lina, like the Chen on OG. You've got this Weaver getting on top of you with Shikuchi. You've got the Brew just charging in immediately. You've got FY diving on top of you. So many ways that they can exploit the vulnerabilities of OG's heroes. As the Supernova comes out, Jerax tries to turn, but he's in trouble. Arme's there with a wraparound. Can they kill the Supernova in time? They can. Seb gets the final touch through. as they get the trade. X-Nova's there as well, but so's Topson, so X-Nova's got to be careful. Zip forward from Topson. He's got the physical damage here. One more touch will do it. There's the zap, the stun, buying time for him to close the gap. X-Nova's still alive into the trees, but he'll come back out and Topson will find it.
And 2 for 2 bounties, so No-Tail is at least prioritizing that, but No-Tail is actually only level 5 in this game. The next lowest level is level 8. So he's not really contributing too much into the fights with Silas creeps at all. Doesn't have that heal available to help them either, as Somnus continues just to farm, and the Blink Dagger is of course that next choice of item, that lockdown that they could actually catch on that Morphling if he's right on top of him.
And a lot of pressure will be on Seb then on this Wyvern to sort of make the big plays with the Winter's Curse, with the Cold Embrace, when they have this Alchemist threat just jumping on top of hero after hero with the concoction. As top lane No-Tail been found by Arme. TPs will come through. There's no way to save him. No-Tail gets taken out by Arme. Topson turning into the Weaver there, seeing him good chase down, a support kill in return, but PSG.LGD, they're already out of this top lane.
Really is such a lack of control in this game coming out also from OG's lineup. They have to set up. We've seen them do this before, of course, in the group stages with the Wyvern, but they're really going to need some big curses coming out for Seb in the mid-game soon.
It's been really tough for them because LGD's heroes are just way more tanky.
Double sentries. They get the vision for the Winter's Curse. They have that setup available. Jared's clarity up, so he has enough mana for the Laguna Blade. Gets the kill, and now X-Nova tries to come in to look for some sort of a swap play or go for the TP out. Won't make it. They'll get to a challenge. In with the counterplay, jumps in with a clap, bursts down Jared, but they're on top of him. He's out of mana. He can't cast the Primal Split. He's trying to run himself away, but they chase him down. OG get 3.
That Diffusal Blade came in right on time. Looked like he didn't have enough mana to cast it, to finish it.
Yeah, he jumps in, gets the clap, and then there's just too many illusions that hit him really quickly 1 each. You heard him do the noise too. He's like 3 of it, and then just stops because of the mana burn.
And they're into the pit now as well. 16 minutes in, still the net worth standing very even due to this Somnus Alchemist still sitting at the top. But Topson keeping himself very close to the farmer, Somnus. As this Roshan will go the way of OG, Topson grabs the Aegis and will continue to have a very good start to this game at 17 minutes.
I believe he has a full Manta style on top too with that Dragon Lance. This is a very, very strong Morphling. With this Manta too, he can play around even easier. That bench stun is going to be a lot harder to land, so disjointing the Alchemist is a different thing, but versus that bench, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, you mentioned OG not having that much control, but I think LGD are going to have control issues versus this Morphling in particular.
Yep.
On bottom lane, FY. To get that Funnel Fire Spirit, so Jarex will be able to earn himself back up, but we're seeing sort of just the solo potential of FY going around the map with this Spirit Vessel. It's a very dangerous map for sort of the supports of OG to be out on alone.
Do you like that Jarex is going to be just going back for the Eul Scepter rather than finishing the Spirit Vessel, man?
I think Spirit Vessel is really important for them, but at the same time, Topson is in the back line, and he's not really going to get that much support from the Lina, so as long as he stays alive, he can maybe do enough damage to kill this Weaver like we just saw. So. Well, it looks like maybe is going to start to try and join the fight.
Topson tries to get in here. Just touch attribute shift into the strength, so X-Nova and Chalice will both back away.
He's putting up the pressure on though. He's forcing back 2 heroes of LGD, but LGD seems okay with this. I mean, their Alchemist is farming, their Weaver's still farming top as well.
Yeah, he does have that blink, but let's see which time he deems is the perfect moment for him to go in.
As mid lane Chalice pops the Primal Split, finds himself No-Tail, send Topson up into the air. X-Nova's coming in from the side. Can they get more members of PSG.LGD in to look for the fight though? Topson's going to be fine, as he's pretty much up to full HP down bottom at the same time. The eggs actually come out from FY as they're beating into it. Can they kill him off in time? They can't. FY gets the Supernova successfully off. He's playing around with the 3 of them here. Jared tries for the TP out. Oh, but he ticks down in base. FY gets the kill on Jared, and he gets the kill on Seb. FY.
What? He's level 12 so early that they couldn't actually kill off.
Oh my goodness. Level 13 now off the back of that one in mid lane. Topson turns into Chalice, jumps in with a clap. The swap's there, but it won't save him. Doesn't destroy the right click as Topson claims Chalice's life. Maybe they can find more as well. They'll close in onto an over. The stun from Topson, buying time for him to come in back into Chalice's brew. He goes, and a quick slap finishes off another.
Somnus had no interest in even trying to help his teammate. Just continues to farm the creeps, doesn't pop the chemical rage, nothing. Ame either, just putting that pressure on that top.
Yeah, I think he wants to try and surprise Topson, but not when he has the Aegis.
It's bottom lane, Anna getting the space to put some pressure on. At the same time up top we saw Army starting to do a decent amount of damage to the top tier 1 tower. Chalice finally having that Midas online. This top lane Jarex and Seb, let's see if they can find some sort of a setup. They do in fact have the Winter's Curse and the Laguna Blade, so they can look for that burst combination if Arme steps forward too far.
That Midas pickup seems pretty good. I actually kind of like it because he can keep his levels up because he's the big playmaker on this team to make space for that Weaver and the Alchemist still. So he wants to be able to stay getting boosted up in experience in particular, not wanting to show in harsh lanes. And the stun actually connects on Ana, it's keeping up bottom.
Same time on top, Arme trying to go towards Jerax, but Jerax had the back of the set. It's a half kill for Arme to find. The Johanna God comes out, and Ana, he's falling, he's down, he gets taken out. They get on top of him, they find the PSG.LGD. Can they find anything more? No tell. Being chased here by Somnus. Somnus will turn his attention towards the Mud Golems, continue to keep those stacks high of the Grievel's Greed. As Thompson instantly looks to put the pressure on mid, trying to draw PSG.LGD's attention away from that chase down bottom.
LGD is just doing an excellent job of fighting away from the Morphling, away from this Aegis, because they know they can't kill him twice. It's just simply not worth it for them. They'd rather go for the squishy targets. All these supports are super easy to kill on the side of OG.
Thompson
split.
Yeah, it does force the split out here from Chalice. TPs are coming through as well. Thompson does have Seb close by. The stun comes out with the primal split. There's the cold embrace from Seb. He's got that ether lens, that extra range to get in. FY's coming in from the side with the sunray, that percent damage. Thompson pops the Manta. He's still fine. This primal split struggling to deal with the Thompson. As Thompson, he's fine. In fact, now he's looking to fight back. Goes straight in onto Chalice. There's the swap. The Winter's Curse holds the two of them at the side. Thompson looks to Chalice. The mischarge. Keep Chalice alive. The split to blast is there. They get Chalice. Thompson back into the brew. He's got to be careful. The cold embrace from Seth there. Healing him up. Thompson back into the Morphling form. He's fine. Somnus has now turned up to the fight though. With the Radiance chasing down Seth. Jerax tries the light track with the sidelines. FY with the Supernova. Thompson. He wants to try and take down the sub, but the Concoction is there from Somnus. They'll get the Aegis out of his hands. They do lose. The Aegis can they get him a second time. They're on top of him. He's able to waveform down to the bottom. Anna's there as well. On the PL, ready to try and offer his attention to the fight. Thompson TPing away. They have no way to cancel it. Thompson will escape. But overall, PSG.LGD able to take a successful fight there. FY just getting off that Supernova as it looked like Jerax was about to finish it. But Jerax, he was killed just in time by LGD to keep FY safe.
And they got a stun out of the Morphling. He went for a build without needing Lincoln, so he's actually quite vulnerable to this Alchemist stun. And maybe doing a really good job of just waiting for that perfect moment. The Curse was down, most of the spells were down, and Morphling's Replicate was also down. I think that's super important to wait for as the Alchemist in this game. So what do you think of the Brewmaster going for Ags? Normally it's what, like Radiance first, and then maybe if someone else with Radiance, you go for Auras, but he's going for the Ags, at least in his quick buy.
I can't imagine he finishes that, right? He's got an Alchemist.
He's got an Alchemist.
But I think Vengeance is more important.
Yeah,
there is a lot of good Aghanim upgrades on LGD's lineup.
I think he's
That's
actually
true.
the worst of the other four.
That actually that's a good point. Maybe that's why he just wants to try to get it at this timing so that he can use his abilities while he's in his split as well.
He's really good about using this spell. I think that's what separates the good brews versus the very, very awesome brews. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see Ags early that much.
Maybe because the auras, the thing is like he's got a Venge, but the Venge isn't really farming. We've seen the Venge go glance a lot of the time. With the Brewmaster, you think he might go for those types of auras in this game, but
yeah, I thought like Venge would go more like Solar and Glimmer, and then the Brewmaster would go for the Vlads and AC. Yeah, that's generally what we see. He's still saving his gold though. He hasn't actually bought anything.
yeah.
Other side, Chalice. Straight on top of No-Tail. No-Tail pops the hand of the god, but the primal split is out. They're ready to fight here, LGD. We'll see if OG can get themselves out of it. No-Tail's going to fall. Anas charges in straight away on top of Nova, and with the Diffuser Blade, he's doing a lot of damage to Sunray. From FY though, keeping X-Nova alive, but there's the counterplay. Thompson giving some sun-on-sun action here as he dives forward, does get caught out by the Concoction, but he's back into the Morphling form. Arme coming in for the side. They pop the Supernova, but Ana straight on top of the egg. Can he kill off FY in time? No, he cannot. The Supernova successful. Ana gets caught out by the stun. And again, PSG.LGD coming out on top of these fights as FY sort of against all odds. He keeps getting the Supernova off.
Did he miss a few times because of the Radiance? It looks, I think I saw a couple misses coming in there.
FY is just playing out of his mind.
Yeah, this is one of the best Phoenixes I feel we've seen here at TI. It's bottom lane Arme. Look at this Seb. Underneath the tower. The Chalice is coming in. Do they want to die for this? They certainly do. Chalice jumps in. The TPM will be cancelled. Seb will be left to die. It's PSG.LGD get away with the kill. 32-19 now, favoring LGD in a 7k net worth advantage. Somnus now climbing up a healthy 5k ahead of the Morphling farm.
Seems like LGD, every single time they want to take the fights, they have their ultis available. They have the Bruce Split. They also have that Supernova, and they're doing a great job of protecting him. On OG, their team fight's not as great. It's a lot harder for them to actually get all those spells up. They need the curse to be very perfect for the Lina to get the follow-ups.
And originally, we thought that Lina would be a pretty good counter to the Phoenix, you know, long range here with a lot of attack speed, but when she's thrown in this support position, she really just can't survive long enough to do enough damage with this egg, and it's been popping every single fight.
As 4 bounties go the way of PSG.LGD with that Alchemist.
They want to find Thompson here with this jump concoction. Can they find it in time? Thompson with a massive assault and he's out of there. Magic missile connects. Oh, he did start the ball. In fact, he's gone into the bench. That's going to cost him his life. As he morphs into X-Nova, doesn't have that attribute shift going, of course, anymore, as they can burst him down and get Thompson off the map for 70 seconds.
That's such a big momentum scoop for OG. They claim 4 bounties immediately. Right after that, they killed almost
does go for the illusion here. Anna's still alive for now, but they find the magic missile. There's the Winter's Curse. Seb trying to buy the time for Anna to get out there, and it will be enough. Anna standing for the side. Does he want to go back in? FY dives in. Supernova's out. Cold Embrace is actually going to cause issues for Big Daddy Notel as he's stuck underneath the egg. Somnus to the side of the BKB. He's going to be able to keep himself alive against the diffusal blade damage of Anna. Anna on the retreat. Doppelganger's back up in a second. See if there's any way Somnus can try and chase as Anna goes to the TP. He's ticking down to the Radiance. The Urn's on him, but he's back in base. He will be fine. The TP off just in time, so Anna will live. But again, they're getting away with so much now in these fights. We're starting to see Somnus really getting involved in each and every one of these team plays, and they're breaking further and further ahead, PSG.LGD, as Arme looks to finish off another tower up top as well.
Yeah, there's just such an overwhelming amount of team fight now for LGD in comparison. The curse is there, it's decent, but they don't have a follow-up. The Lina's not able to get in position for it.
And Thompson was dead the whole time. They took a fight when Thompson was dead at the very, very start of the fight. And the curse was very, very good, but absolutely no follow-up. And Anna, he can only do so much at this point. His net worth is roughly half the Alps.
And he does commit. He's got it complete now. 26 minutes in. That's got to be, as you say, something that we don't see every day on Brewmasters in this meta.
It's pretty cool with the Earth Panda getting the Thunderclap too. It's going to be easier for them to find the real PL in a lot of situations. Kind of neat.
Being able to Drunken Haze, perhaps,
yeah.
when the egg comes out. It does offer a lot of value. The problem is, it's generally just too hard to use.
It's very tough.
3 more spells, or 2 more spells, you already have enough to worry about.
Somnus, he's in towards the pit. He jumps in, gets on top of Notel. Cold Embrace will buy him some time, but the rest of LGD's on their way over. Notel's gone. As they were looking towards the pit now. OG's got to be careful around this area, as PSG.LGD will be more than happy to fight with the sun nearly back online. Concoction from Thompson on towards Alme, but he has the Lincoln Sphere. Time lapses to the side.
This is a very hard area for OG to take a fight around this rush pit versus this Phoenix, who's already been getting supernovas off nonstop, has a full Shiva's Guard on top too, almost level 18 too, and a full Octarine now for the Alchemist. They're smoking, they're looking for a fight. Level 20 on Alchemist too for that concoction talent, or the damage on the concoction.
And everyone's trying their best to help with the egg. They can swap heroes out, they can try and stun them as much as they can, and with the Shivas, if they commit for the egg, I think they all die.
I think so, especially if it's level 18.
He's so close to it.
It's going to be 3 more hits, and they've already been suffering to really take that one down. The courier gets killed there by some PL illusions, of course, for OG.
Can OG get towards the bench? Somnus straight in on top of it. They're trying to match Somnus, but it still connects. They do get the Winter's Curse down on top of X-Now. So X-Now gets beaten down by Somnus. They'll get the light strike off, but Jarrett's is dead. Thompson's on top of him. He's starting away back to the more form. Arme's hot on the chase. They've left behind Anna as Anna taken out. LGD, they've found 3. They're looking for more. Arme continue to chase down Thompson. You've got Somnus finding Seb on the side. Cold Embrace is only going to buy him some time, as Somnus has another concoction out and ready to go. PSG.LGD finding 4, and OG just seemingly unable to deal with the pressure, the pace that they're playing with. They're into the pit, and there's nothing that OG can do about this one. 18k advantage.
That's exactly what Paul was talking about. You can't fight that around the pit. They were clumped up way too much. You'll start to stun, but also just hit the Morphling, and that's the way you started the fight, with your Morphling getting very long duration stun by Al.
And they didn't even have to use it. They didn't even use the Supernova. It's still available. The Curse Kings come out into the Vengeful Spirit, so they kill the Venge, but it doesn't really do too much for them. Is this game really slipping out of OG's hands?
Did you see the blue axe? Did he use all those spells?
I saw a clap. I saw an extra clap. I don't know if I saw a Drunken Brawler or a Drunken Haze. It's very hard to see all that in the midst of everything. I definitely saw a clap, though.
That's a crazy item choice to go for, though. And then we'll answer at this point. But, I mean, their forte is team fight, and OG seems to be like, oh, yeah, maybe we can win team fight if they outplay him in some sense, but Chalice is just been destroying them with his ult. The PL also can't do anything. They can find out which one it is almost immediately with the help of the brew.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Ana ran in and just died instantly in that last fight. He could not control his team at all.
Oh, he's a little bit deep here. Just get the light strike onto Ame, but FY with the Sun Ray just lasering him down. Gets the kill at the same time, NoTail. Falling Thompson, he's trying to fight back here, but there's a lot of backup from PSG.LGD. He does manage to burst down X-Nova. But Chalice, Ame and FY, they're hot on the chase for Thompson. He's trying to retreat. Is there any way his teammates can save him? It looks to be pretty much alone. He'll turn with the stun onto Chalice, but Chalice eats the cheese. Thompson's up to the high ground, goes for the TP, the Sunray. Somnus in with a blink, finds the kill.
He's just, every time too, he just gets Spirit Vessel, and then Spirit Vessel, and then Spirit Vessel again. FY every single time he goes to find him. And they have so many ways to close the gap on him now.
Oh, they do.
Disadvantage.
Somnus, he's starting a little earlier sort of on the Aghanim purchases than we've seen from some of the Alchemists. Well, I said he is incredibly farmed across the moment. 27,000 net worth on the Alchemist. The first act nearly on the way.
He's 607. There's nothing threatening him anyway. Might as well just give some help to his teammates.
Thompson forced to buy back now as LGD up to the high ground onto this tier 3 tower. At the same time, Ana up top will find a tier 2, but mid lane, Somnus goes for the stun onto Thompson. The tier 3 tower being beaten down by Somnus. The primal split as well from Chalice helping them push onwards. They Cyclone up Seb on the side. Ame, FY looking towards NoTail. NoTail's got the gen falls as LGD claim themselves the mid melee racks. As they'll now start to back away. Top lane, Ana is hiding. X-Nova's coming, DP's coming through as well. We'll see if they can find Ana. The magic missile juked off nicely. The Manta style dodge from Ana's there. He's into the trees, but Ame, he's hunting. The doppelganger down, won't remove the bug. He goes for the TP out. Not anywhere to stop it. They have X-Nova with the swap, cancelling the TP. Ana's stuck up here. Ame will continue to play around with him as Ana could doppelganger around. Ana doesn't actually manage to find it over there with the illusions, but he'll pay with his life as LGD, they catch the rat. They get Ana after Ana desperately tried to put the pressure on that top lane whilst LGD were pushing down mid. But LGD, they get both, the racks and the successful defense.
And now an Aghanims comes out and he gives it to the Weaver. They haven't killed this Alchemist once. How will they do it with the Axe lines that are coming into the back lines too? OG having 26 deaths between their two supports. Suffering so much in this game to be able to find good positions as there's so much team fight from LGD.
And pickoff too. FY, he killed NoTail, I think, just his first 2 spells and
So they can burst down Chalice. They've got the setup with the Winter's Curse. Somnus is coming in from the sideline. They're just right. The Laguna Blade comes through. It's enough. Chalice got. Can they get anything more? Thompson turns his attention towards Somnus. Somnus pops the Manta Star. NoTail. He's in trouble. Ame's on top of him. With that Mion, so much damage coming up the Weaver. Somnus jumps forward. He's on top of Thompson. Thompson has the Alchemist form at the moment. He's cooking up his own concoction here. As Seb being chased, he gets himself into the trees. Cold embraces out. X-Nova's there on the high ground. Magic missile. The magical nuke's enough. The blink out for Jax. He's surrounded. Ame goes towards the shrine. Jax desperately trying to heal up, but the damage from Ame will be too much. They lose another in mid lane. FY just beaming down the middle with the Sunray, chasing back Seb. Thompson's down for 100 seconds without buyback, and Saunders, he's into the base, diving in with a blink cannon, trying to fight back and push them away, but the mid-racks get cleaned up by LGD. They're onto the tier 4 towers. They know that Thompson doesn't have buyback here, and they're abusing that as much as they can.
I think this has got to be one of the best Phoenix performances I've seen from FY. He just bought so much space for Somnus and just wreaking havoc all across the map.
He killed 2 heroes by himself earlier. That was FY definitely having an all-star performance.
And again, he's supernova by the base. They are going to try and kill it. Can they kill it off? Can it die? They can't! They just can't kill the sun! As the buyback from NoTail comes out, but the H is exposed. NoTail immediately dies after buying back. The Winter's Curse is there onto FY. Will it kill him off? FY still alive. FY, he'll finally fall. The Dragon Slayer Jax finishes him off. He'll buy back those. He knows this is LGD's chance to claim this game 3. Somnus continue to be down on the edge of the light strike comes out. The Aghanims time that's from Ame, keeping Somnus safe. He gets the concoction out into Jax. He's looking to dive towards the fountain as OG is still able to play around it, but the damage from Somnus is